was a very hard race. The sweat was pouring into our eyes. We need to do more.
We are the outlaws.
A collision. Great competition, great entertainment. What do you want more?
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Kuwait. This is a spectacular set of competitions that you are about to bear witness to. Now, if you are of the speed persuasion, maybe you like to watch people face each other down in the ultimate expression of competition, and in some cases, overarching petrol-powered propulsion. I've run out of P's. This is what you want. This is the XCAT run. This is where the XCATs go face-to-face, head-to-head, mano a mano, in a drag race across a nautical mile. So the way that it works is thusly: the XCATs have all been given numbers. The numbers were then drawn from a lot during the driver's briefing, at which point we knew our pairings. And as it stands, although they could well be subject to change due to certain XCATs not actually being in the water yet, and we'll see if some of them took a bit of a bashing after this morning's pole position qualifying. But we have Energima against Mate USA, Sharjah against Team GB, Victory against Kuwait, XCAT against HPI, and Fazmarine have a bye into the next round. Now, of course, this is all subject to mechanical preparedness and possibility of hitting the water, but this is by far one of my favourite things about XCAT. Introduced last year, it gives us a chance just to see how aggressively quick these XCATs can be. As we see XCAT being lowered into the water, they didn't hit the water for pole position qualifying earlier today, so this is a good sign. So, just a reminder of pole position qualifying that took place earlier today here in Kuwait, the inaugural Grand Prix of Kuwait for the UIM XCAT World Championship. And it was Sharjah that finished first with a 2:17 and 400ths of a second. Mikhail Kitashev and Sean Tarenti making it 2 from 2 out there on the Kuwaiti water. Fazmarine, Adu Falsafane and Francis Nocella in second. A fantastic performance again from Fazmarine. Defending champions, HPI Fugera Racing Team, Rosario and Giuseppe Schiano di Cola in third. Fantastic comeback from them. Victory, the winners of the first ever Grand Prix here in Kuwait, in fourth. Team GB, who finished third in qualifying, in the race, qualifying in fifth. They have had issues, mechanical of description, but have managed to overcome them. They are here for the XCAT run, and they will be looking to add a XCAT title to their 2023 World Championship, as well as their multiple podium finishes over the last year or two. Double winners in Saudi last year in the Al Sharqiya Grand Prix, which was fantastic, And now podiums here at another premier event in Kuwait. Fantastically done. Kuwait in 6th. They were 2nd in the first race. Mate USA in 7th. XCAT will start 8th. And then Enerjima. A overall strong lineup as well for this Speed Cat run. And just a reminder that we had our first Grand Prix here in Kuwait. And it was Victory, who are our champions coming into this round. Of course they're not, they were just top of the title race as it stands. But a fantastic spectacle that we are about to see as the Speed Cat run really gives the drivers and the crews an opportunity to test where they all are. And before we hit the water, just a reminder of where everything stands in that championship race, bearing in mind that that has to be the overarching aim of the weekend. They're not going to risk their XCATs getting damaged here, but it's Victory that still are out in front on 100 points. Team GB in 2nd with 82. Kuwait are 3rd with 66. Fantastic result for them as it stands. XCAT in 4th with 44. Defending champions HPI Fujura Racing Team 41 in 5th. Sharjah in 6th. Bearing in mind that they have won races, but it's that those DNFs that have really hurt them this year. Enerjima in 7th, Mate USA in 8th, Faz Marine in 9th. But that will change, no doubt. And we have revving XCATs out there at the moment. So everybody getting lined up and ready to go. And if you're joining us here, what have you thought of the first ever Grand Prix and set of competitions here in Kuwait? And thank you, of course, for joining us throughout the course of the weekend. Make sure to follow the UIM XCAT World Championships official social media pages if you don't already. Found on your favourite social media platform of choice. Now, we were due to start here at 1/2 the hour, but there has been a small delay, just allowing some of the XCATs that extra amount of preparation time, which is perfectly legal and within the rules. So this is everybody getting ready to go. And everybody just taking on extra fluids, getting ready. You can see there's quite a collection of other boats there. Another racing boat there from Rahib, the Kuwaiti racing team. And it looks like they will be part of at least the observation crew. And it looks like the pilots are getting ready to pop in and close the lid and then head out to what will be our racing line. And whilst we are waiting for the crews to head out, here's a little reminder of what happened on the very first day of competition here in Kuwait. The UIM XCAT World Championship has arrived here in Kuwait for the very first time. Victory head out to pole position qualifying and race 1 top of the pile. Will they stay that way? Let's find out. We have a green flag here for pole position qualifying. We are halfway through qualifying here as Faz Marine doing well. They've posted a 2:32.6. That is a fantastically astonishing time from Faz Marine. A wonderful, wonderful qualifying time. It's a competitive time potentially, and it is a pole position type of time. 2:39 and 196 hundredths of a second. What an exciting pole position qualifying we have had. It has been exactly what we wanted. How excited are we all for this? Throttle down, we've got a green flag, and we are racing here in Kuwait for the very first time. But if there's one crew that know about the waters out here in Salamia, it will be those two. What a moment that would be. We don't write the scripts, but if we could, this is what we would write. Team GB with that distinctive livery, the nose lifting under pressure. Victory, slowing to the finishing line. Throttle down and victory! Boat number 7 are the very first Grand Prix winners in Kuwait. And the green flag has been waved here for our Speed Cat run. One of my favourite events, as I mentioned and alluded to earlier. It's really is just raw speed, power and intent from these guys. And it's good fun. It's good fun. It's bragging rights, isn't it? Let's be honest. That's what it is. It's pure bragging rights. And nothing wrong with that at all. Let's be honest. These crews and all of us at home have gotten into this because of the speed available. And that is exactly what we like to see. And we will see the first teams heading out there and going out to the race course, heading each other straight. Of course, it is a drag race. Nothing more, nothing less. And it looks like the first round will not be between Energima and Mate USA, because we cannot see Energima down there at all. So it looks like Mate USA are going to get a bye into the next round. And so the first pairing, I suspect, will be between Sharjah and Team GB. That is a very exciting and tasty treat for us to enjoy. Team GB 2023 champions. Multiple race and podium. Sharjah, double pole position firsts here in Kuwait. Race winners in Fujairah. And of course, Sean Tarenti and Mikhail Kitashev in the cockpit. Hyper accomplished powerboating crews. Sean, with his powerboating career, takes him all over the world. And Mikhail, super accomplished in that Sharjah team as well, across multiple formats. These two have struck up quite the relationship. And Team GB, of course, the Mersey missiles, the Wonder Boys from the Wirral, the likely lads from somewhere near Liverpool. And off they go. I make these assumptions. I don't actually know whereabouts in the north of England they're from, but they have very nice accents. And so the XCATs are now taking flight, heading out to the milling area where they will all be hanging around waiting for their time to shine. So wherever you are in the world, sit down, strap in, and get ready for some of the most extraordinary drag racing that money can buy. These incredible crafts, minimum weight 2,400 kilograms, maximum speed, well, as fast as they will let you go. Often topping speeds of 120 kilometers an hour on water. Make USA, our latest addition to our grid, heading out there. I've got to say, this is the moment where I'm super excited. And I bet they are too. The crews are shooting off. And they look more than ready to take on the challenge ahead of them. This is the 2025 UIM XCAT World Championship. This is the speed run. And this is my prediction. I think that our winners will be Sharjah. There you go. I paused for dramatic effect. But anybody out there would be worthy winners. Team GB now leaving the pontoon. And this is always super interesting because form goes out the window. It's all about speed. You get a bit of a run up, and then when you get to the boys, then it's full throttle down. It really is. It is just a bit of a bear fight, really. A bit of a wrestle. It's the equivalent of just having a bit of a tussle in training. But they take it very seriously, as they should. It is a hard thing to do. Still dangerous. Of course, we love the racing. We love the competition. We love the Speed Cat runs. But safety is paramount. And as I mentioned, that's to shout out to the Bergamo Scuba Angels, who keep us safe all over the world. All the crews are subjected to safety tests before they compete, of course. Something that is vital. So, jump into the conversation online. Tell us who your favourite team is. Tell us why you like them so much. And tell us who you think will win this first ever Speed Cat run in Kuwait. That's a fun looking contraption behind the Pace Cat. I like that. What do you do, sir? I bet that's comfortable, whatever that is. Anyway. The Pace Cat that holds all of the officials. That is probably the single most important XCAT out there. It is exactly the same as the competition XCATs minus a cockpit. As you can see, they are open to the elements. Not something you need to worry about here in Kuwait. The weather has been absolutely fantastic. Back home in the UK where I live, it has been snowing this week, and so this has been a lovely change of pace for me. T-shirts and shorts rather than scarves and gloves, the order of the day. And we are having a parade first of all. Although we had it going out. And that's victory. And they are having the rules explained to them. I can hear over our internal radio system. They are currently showing the boats off to the expectant crowd here in Salamiyah in Kuwait. We have been in Salmiya for the last few days. And it's been a lovely place to be. We are staying in a wonderful hotel. And there we have our first race winners here in Kuwait. We have our defending champions, Fujairah Racing. Family affair, the Sciano di Cola family. Brothers in there. Dad is the team manager. To see them raise the championship trophy last year was a real privilege and a pleasure. Faz Marine come out punching this time round. That XCAT is looking really impressive, and genuinely think that given a bit more time, because it takes a while for teams to settle, I think they could be contenders. Arif and Francis, give it a bit more time, maybe next year. They've got their eye in. It's a Faz Marine hull as well, so they're making their own hulls, which has got to put them in a very strong position. So check them out. One for the future. XCAT, Sebastian Groth, Michael Benson. Great pairing there. They've come back again, swinging after what was a tough opening round and set of experiences in Fujairah. They came so close as a team to that title last year, where they just couldn't pull it together. They had a bit of a shocker in Saudi, and Dubai, by the time they picked it back up, was far too late. And there we have an interloper from Rahib. What a fantastic craft you can see there. This is the beauty of racing on water. There's something for everybody. But of course, XCATs being the order of the day. So that was the parade, showing the XCATs to what is a massive crowd, actually. Out there on the shore, and then we'll get into the action. This is what it's about. This is what it's about. XCAT can be complicated. I'll grant you that. But this is as simple as it gets. Two boats, two XCATs facing each other down. One wins. Pure and simple every time. And there's some wonderful vessels. Look at that from the Rahib Racing team, brought along from the home team. That's great, that. I absolutely love that. I rate that. I think that's great. Now the Pace Cat is just trying to wrangle the XCATs into position as we look to head out for our Speed Cat runs. The build-up has been full of tension for this, so I'm sure it will deliver on that. We have had amended pairings as well due to the fact that Energima can't make it out there. So it's going to be Faz Marine against Mate USA, Sharjah against Team GB, Victory against Kuwait, and XCAT up against HPI Fujairah. Winner stays on. Winner stays on. And I can tell you that every team out there wants to win this. Every single team wants to win this. I find it a huge amount of fun to call these Speed Cat runs, but everything that these teams do is competition. Every single last thing. You can just see there, everybody lining up, getting ready to go. And it's a beautiful backdrop here in Salmiya, I must say. We're about 6, maybe 7 miles from Kuwait city itself. We can see the backdrop of the city, the incredible high rises and of course the Kuwait towers. You can see it all from where we are. And it has provided a spectacular scene for this first ever UIM XCAT World Championship set of events in Kuwait. Kuwait, of course, had a team here in the XCAT for a fair number of seasons now. Always a great part of the championship, competitive as well. And it's fantastic to finally head to where that team is from. The home support is always so lovely to see for all the teams when you go to their home countries, and the warm welcome that has been extended to the entire team has been well received. Last few stragglers of the parade. These are cool. Getting the bow up there. Now in Europe you will see these racing on rivers and lakes. Here we're seeing them quite close inshore actually. These two are having it off. They're racing each other. Go on! Go on! Look at these! I don't know who's who, but I'm into it. Oh, someone's got the racing line. They're crossing over. Oh, I thought they were racing. These are nimble wee things, aren't they? Rahib there on the side. So Rahib are the racing team here in Kuwait. You'll see Rahib dotted around the XCAT as well. What a fantastic torpedo. Love that. Where do I get me one of those? I could lose a lot of money in one of them, I think. These are good fun. Good fun indeed. There you go. Local team getting in on the action, in and above the XCAT. And at some stage, I promise, we will see a speed cat run. But when you've got this going on, why not? That looks like Badr in there, who has been in the XCAT as well, test driver, one of the local lads. And we've got Pace Cat entering the action. It would appear to me that everyone is just having a bit of a free-for-all, and why not? This is what it's about. There's plenty of time for competition. Why not let your hair down? Have a bit of fun. Enjoy yourself. That's what it's for out there on the water. What a wonderful vessel. Look at those 450 engines on the back there. It's taken off. The spirit of Kuwait indeed. Oh, I'm sorry, but the Pace Cat is going to come second best. I mean, there was never going to beat the 450 Mercuries on the back of there. Packing 100 horsepower more. Good sport. Maybe the Pace Cat. Maybe there were some important individuals in that one. Maybe they let him win. Who knows? And we undoubtedly will be close to the main event now. The warm-ups being done. I can tell you for free, I will not get bored of that view. It's my first ever visit to Kuwait, and I must say I've fallen a little bit in love. It's a fantastic place to be. The people are warm and open. The food is good. And the view's spectacular. None more so than when the XCAT come to town. What a vessel that is. Look at the size of it. I wonder how much one of those would set me back. Wonderful contraption. It's like an XCAT on steroids. I love it. It was quick, wasn't it? It absolutely flew. Yeah, you put your hat on backwards, sir. You've earned it. Well, looks like we actually have our first drag race of the afternoon. Team GB versus Sharjah. They're hanging back, hanging back. They've get to build up a bit of pace. As far as I understand it, when we hit the red buoys, that is when we launch. Team GB, Sharjah there. But Team GB eyeing them up. Sharjah eyeing them up. This will decide the first team through to the semi-finals. You can see with the rooster tail there, the throttles have gone up quite aggressively. Sharjah is off. We don't know where Team GB is in comparison, but it looks from this angle that the Sharjah are well ahead. And what about that? Sharjah pipping Team GB to the post. Just a little nod to what they can do there. Sharjah. It was tight. What a turn up for the books there. So that's Sharjah through. And they will face one of either Faz Marine or Mate USA. We still have Victory versus Kuwait. XCAT up against HPI Fujairah Racing Team. So the others getting lined up. We are getting ready for Victory against Kuwait, I believe. And you can see Victory just coming into the fray now. And once they are lined up in position at that stage, they will head down the straight, wait for those red buoys, and then wham bam, throttle down. Here we go. The tension is palpable. The heart rate is raising, and that's just in this commentary booth. Kuwait versus victory. We know who the locals want. I might even want them too. Go on, Kuwait. I'm joking, of course. Let's go. Red boys, hammer down, and away they go. You can see there, Kuwait have lifted the tail end. Victory, slow on the uptake, but they've got more power. It's close. Kuwait are just in the lead at the moment, but Victory are hauling them in. Victory are hauling them in. They are neck and neck. Oh my word, this is close. Neck and neck. It's hard to tell. I can see from here. It might be Kuwait, you know. It might be Kuwait. We're going to have to go to the judges on this one. That was close. But it was victory by just a nose. Oh, wow. Wow, we were what an absolute menace of an XCAT run. That was fantastic. Well done to Kuwait, though. Got to remember they are punching 200 horsepower less than the rest of them here. So the two that we have left, Fazmarine, Mate USA, and SWECAT against HPI Fujairah Racing Team. And it will be the latter taking to the water. It is an all-European affair. It is Sweden versus Italy here. Normally a footballing fixture, but today it is an XCAT battle. They're being cagey, actually. Eyeballs. 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Oh, Fujairah, HPI pulling into an early lead. SWECAT just can't seem to haul them in. SWECAT bouncing under the pressure. Pulling under the pressure. They look dangerously light on the bow, actually. HPI might not get this. That was close as well. Okay, all right. Well, back to the judges, I guess. I thought HPI were home and hosed there, but SWECAT were pulling them in right at the end. The winner will face victory. That was very, very close. We're still waiting for the judge's verdict here. I wouldn't want to be the one deciding that. We are still waiting. We know that we've got Fazmarine and Mate USA as well to come. The winner of that duel will face Sharjah. But as we wait for the judge's decision on SWECAT against HPI, with bated breath. But we know that it will be Faz against Mate. as Make USA and Faz Marine do indeed now enter the fray. This will be tight. I've got to say Faz Marine should edge this, but we've seen upsets in the XCAT speedrun before. That looks like our operations director behind the wheel of that. And we go. Faz Marine pulling away here. Pulling away from Make USA, but Make USA are not letting them off easy. Make USA still pushing, but it is Faz Marine that now look by far the quicker XCAT. But as is often the case, now Make USA pulling them in. But no, this is going to be a Faz Marine win. And Faz Marine slowing down over the boys there. And Faz Marine taking home the win there. They will face Sharjah now in the semi-final to decide who will go through to the final. That'll be an interesting matchup. Fair play to Make USA though. They are brand new to this championship, and to get their XCAT spick span and competition ready in such a short space of time, mighty, mighty impressive. Quite a distinctive livery there on Make USA. Fantastic addition. But everybody back to the milling area. And there's Victory and HPI. So that answers that. It was HPI that beat Swekat. And it is that green flag that we are waiting for. When you see that, you know the race is on. Through the buoy. And the flag is up. And it is on. Victory against HPI Fujairah Racing Team. And it could be HPI here. It's neck and neck. But HPI look like they are just going to get beaten here. So we know one of the finalists, and it will be Sharjah. It is XCAT against Faz Marine. Now this is a tight matchup. Nimble versus brute force. Remember, it is the green flag. And we are off. Throttle down. This will be a tough one for XCAT, but they may well come out of it on top. Faz Marine on the slightly dirtier side of the strip. XCAT in the lead. There's still time. Faz Marine hauling them in. They're all over the place at the moment, but it looks like XCAT are going to be the winner of this particular matchup. And the final of the first ever SpeedCat run here in Kuwait will be Sharjah against XCAT. The third place shootout will be between Victory and Faz Marine. Once again, getting into formation. And so this should be the third place playoff. A shootout to decide who will be third. Bragging rights on the table. They want to win. Every XCAT crew member wants to win everything that they are in. And so that's them just getting ready now. So this will decide who finishes in third. You can see from the ref boat just how tough it is out there. Single hull really struggling. Watch out for that green flag, everybody. Green flag up. And the third place shootout is on. Faz Marine, Victory. Victory looked like they caught a march on Faz, but Faz Marine hauling them in. Hauling them in. Hauling them in. It's going to be a photo finish. Faz Marine looked like they almost got them. That will be a photo finish and confirmation for post-event, I think. Remember to follow the UIM XCAT World Championships official social media pages wherever you get your social media to stay fully up to date with all results as they happen. It's 1600 horsepower of Mercury ROS engine between the two XCATs in this final that we are about to witness. The first ever speed run final here in Kuwait. Sharjah against XCAT. Here we go. Pace boat just getting into position. Just to give you an idea, those boats are over a kilometre away from where I'm sat right now. XCAT on the port side of your screen, Sharjah on your starboard, left and right. This is to decide our XCAT champion. Here we go. It's a tough call, this one. Here we go. Past the red buoy. The green flag is up. XCAT is off. Sharjah are away. This is to decide our XCAT champion here in Kuwait. XCAT are in the lead. They have 2 XCAT lengths between themselves and Sharjah. XCAT are sweeping ahead of Sharjah. XCAT on the way. And XCAT are, without a doubt, our 2025 Kuwait XCAT champions. Well done to Sharjah. They put up stiff competition. But XCAT will not leave Kuwait empty-handed. That is now guaranteed. Big well done to Sebastian Groth and Mikael Benson there, becoming our first ever XCAT champions here in Kuwait. Heck of a result, as the flotilla now take their leave. And it's another race between the organisers just to finish it off. They just can't get enough of it. What a wonderful craft that Spirit of Kuwait is. Wonderful thing. So, what did you think of that then? As the XCATs continue to stretch their legs. As everybody flies back to the pontoon. showing off just what this championship has to offer. As our XCATs all head back to the pontoon. Good day's work there. Pole position qualifying, and now the Speed Cat run. It's a lot of bang for your buck here. As they all float in, and we will soon clap eyes on our 2025 So XCAT are our 2025 Speed Cat champions for Kuwait, the first ever champions of the Speed Cat run here in Kuwait. Thank you ever so much for joining us. I hope you had as much fun as I did watching these XCATs do their thing. And remember, the main event, the second Grand Prix from Kuwait tomorrow with Sharjah starting on pole. Thank you very much and good night.
It was a very hard race. The sweat was pouring into our eyes.
Power isn't special. We don't fit on your canvas. We burn it all to
We need to do more.
'cause we are the outlaws.
After a collision, great competition, great entertainment. What do you want more?